We are a rapid deployment strike force trained to operate on land, sea, and air.
We have to have this mindset that we are willing to go and give more than the ordinary soldier.
To become one of these warriors, the best of the best must undergo one of the world's toughest training courses.
It's even worse than I imagined.
Many try, but few succeed. Those who dare will be trained and tested in the push to receive the coveted badge in this elite band of brothers.
With 56 companion, request permission to enter the mess, sir.
This is the Marine Basic School, where they turn ordinary civilians into some of the toughest soldiers in the Philippines. For the next 6 months, these volunteers will endure some of the most unforgiving training the country has to offer.
Mostly, based kami sa disiplina dahil ang disiplina ay napaka-importante sa isang marino. Dahil may kahirapan ng training, kung hindi ka disiplinado, hindi mo kakayanin ang training.
This discipline is what forms the core of a force recon ethos, crucial in defending a country rich in conflict. The Philippines is an archipelago of over 7,000 islands. In the south, the nation's armed forces must wage war on scores of separatist militia like the Abu Sayyaf, dedicated to establishing independence from the Philippine government. The battleground is dense jungle and remote mountainous terrain, and these challenging conditions demand a special breed of soldier.
What we wanted was a strategic type of unit, which could conduct far-ranging reconnaissance, patrols, and operations. And its personnel could infiltrate by sea, air, and land.
The Force Reconnaissance Battalion is the special operations arm of the Philippine Marines, specialized in long-range reconnaissance patrols, amphibious assaults, and hostage rescue.
We must have this attitude that we must be better than the others because the rest of the Marine Corps expect us to perform way above the performance of others.
And it all starts here, Ternate Cavite, southern Luzon.
Dalawa, sabay. Sige, tulak mo. Bilisan mo dyan, basenga. Kung may tagilid mo, hindi ganyan. Yan, go. Ito yung ginagawa mo. Sabi na sabay yung buka ng pa sa kakamay. Ikaw din magsahin. Ayusin mo, ituwid mo yung pa mo.
The intensive training program is designed to be as realistic and hazardous as possible, because as soon as they graduate, they will be sent into combat.
Most of the Marines are really tough because when you land on a beach, there is no place for hesitation. There's no way of going back into the ships. So the only way is forward. So the Marine Corps has developed very tough warriors.
The basic training is tough, but those that pass at the top can try out for the most elite team on offer. The Force Recon Battalion.
Sa training pa lang, nalalaman namin kung mayroon siyang potential na maging force reconnaissance dahil sa ability.
If they get selected, they'll move on to 3 months of specialized training, where a new level of hell awaits.
A lot is expected of us. Kaya sabi ko sa'yo, we're elite. We're supposed to be elite, not elitist. We have to have this mindset that we are willing to go and give more than the ordinary soldier.
The Force Recon Battalion will fight a highly specialized kind of war, the core of which is represented in their badge. The knife shows that they are warriors. Black and lightning represent their stealth, and the parachute shape shows that they are airborne.
So, yung airborne training is a core competency ng special operations na mini-maintain ng Force Recon. Using these skills, may naka-ready tayong personnel na capable na mag-operate, magkaroon ng future deployment.
With a country spreading over 300,000 square kilometers, airborne insertion is the quickest way to deliver a team of special ops troops into a conflict zone. If you want to be Force Recon, you have to have the coveted silver wings. And the training to earn them is not for the faint-hearted. Day one, and the recruits are stripped of their ranks. From this day on, everyone will be a number. On equal footing, they all share the same goal: the jump of a lifetime.
I now declare your training starts today.
Airborne training requires a special dedication and courage because airborne training is very challenging physically and mentally.
They begin with the spring up and out roll call, a physical workout designed to help their landings.
Hindi yung mahina yung katawan nila, hindi sila makakalabas sa aircraft, ganun. Kaya lahat ng mga exercises dyan na tinuturo sa kanila is for the purpose ng jump training.
This is just the beginning, and already some of them are feeling the strain. Recruit 23 is the oldest of the batch.
Siyempre, stress talagang pagod ka talaga sa opening.
Ang pinakamahirap is yung ground training or topping phase. Kasi dito, nagkakaroon ng adjustment eh. Nag-a-adjust ka psychologically, physically.
In this first phase, close to 25% will be eliminated. Candidate 6 hopes he won't be one of them.
Yung paghihirap dito sa airborne, wala siyang pahinga. Ang pahinga mo lang everyday, yung kain lang. Tapos, every 5 minutes lang may pahinga. After that, wala na.
Counts in 10 repetition, right to the left and 5 to the right. Are you ready? Sabay-sabay, exercise!
After roll call, the punishing exercises begin.
Yung nakikita natin ngayon dyan na exercise nila is para ma-practice nila yung balls of the feet, para hindi ma-flat-footed yung paa nila at makukurente yung pangangatawan nila.
Much of these exercises are especially designed to form the muscle memory needed for their ultimate mission. Jump from an aircraft, descend at 1,000 feet per minute, and land alive. This year, the Marines have selected more women candidates than ever before. It's a unique opportunity for Mary Joy Almedo.
Sa akin, gusto ko mag-airborne, para to prove to myself na kaya kong makipagsabayan din sa lalaki. Sinasabing hindi namin mapapantayan yung lakas na lalaki, ma'am, pero sa sarili ko, ginagawa ko yung makakaya ko, ma'am, to prove to myself.
Wag mong i-separate talaga. Wag mong i-separate yung ilong. Naka-clip talaga, i-clip mo talaga siya. Wag mong alisin doon sa helmet mo. I-clip mo yung chin. Ganyan.
The first thing these recruits will learn is the last thing that happens: the landing. Getting the body into a flexible position for it to withstand the impact of hitting the ground. Not landing correctly could lead to severe injury or death. This is just a taste of what the next 5 weeks are going to be like. It's a lot of repetitive moves and motions, but this is where their discipline and focus will be put to the test.
And ganun talaga, pagka nag-undergo ka ng training, mahirap talaga sa mahirap yun. So, isipin mo na lang sa training na lahat yun may purpose, kaya nyo ginagawa. And design yun talaga para ma-overcome mo lahat ng whatever adversaries na maharap mo sa in the future.
Next, they move on to practicing landing on the move. It's a chance for them to begin to feel the impact of a landing. For From here, the recruits move to Fort Magsaysay, where they will find out if they have what it takes to jump from a tower 60 feet high and survive.
I imagined it to be worse. It's even worse than that.
For the toughest missions, the Philippine Marine Corps send in their specialist operators, the Force Reconnaissance Battalion. These men are the best of the best. Hoping to join this elite group are 92 men and women in Stage 1 of their airborne training course. Over the next 2 weeks, the rigors of the training schedule will become extreme as they prepare to move from ground training to tower jumps. Already, the toughening phase has forced out 2 volunteers.
92 kaming pumasok dito, hindi ko alam kung 50% yung makakagraduate dito. Kasi mostly nagba-back out dahil minsan sobrang ding pagod.
But the 7 women trying to make the grade are still hanging on.
Sobrang pagod din, hindi na rin kaya minsan. Kaya matatawag talaga siyang special.
3, 2, 1, stop! Kanya-kanya kasi kayo eh. Teamwork ha, teamwork. Backboard to! Backboard again! Back to barracks, pull out!
This time yung class na to, baka punti yung nag-back out dahil nga mahaba yung preparation, maganda yung preparation nila.
One of the riskiest procedures for an airborne warrior is to safely exit an aircraft. The Force Recon jump as teams with split-second accuracy. Delays on exit could mean landing miles from your target.
Tayo ngayon sa MacDor ha. Itong MacDor, ito yung bali aircraft natin sa lupa. Kasi wala tayong aircraft na pagpraktisan. Dito muna tayo mag-practice. Dito natin ginagamit ito sa exit. Stand in the door. Kumano 5-6 sergeant? Cross siya. Huwag kayong malon kaagad. Umexit kayo dito. Ulitin ko naman. Takin yung ulo. Clip your elbow. Proper grabbing of reserve. While counting, knees together, feet together, and spring up and out. Kasi pag di ka mag-spring, either mabangga kayo sa side ng aircraft. Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Stop! Ngayon, grab siya niya ganyan, di ba? Ang GM, titingnan ka ganyan yan. Ulit. Baka, lahang jumper siya or partial o total. Ha? Yan ang trabaho ng GM. Kaya gagawin nyo yan, once MacDor natin dito, gagawin nyo proper.
This training is for fixed line jumping. A line is attached to the aircraft, which automatically releases the parachute as soon as they jump. But things don't always go to plan.
Sabihin mo ang blow, ma. Yung blow. Yung cloud sa ako na sini natin, no. Bulo na yan, ma'am, eh. Ibig sabihin, wala kang parachute nagkikita doon, ma'am. Wala kang parachute. Ibig sabihin, wala total talaga na di bumuka yung parachute mo. Kasi sinasabi yung blow. Kaya pag blow, ibig sabihin, reserve ka agad.
Their next test is to practice the malfunction procedures while being suspended 5 feet off the ground. They have to react to any of 3 possible scenarios. Necessary procedures that could someday save their lives.
Water landing! Helmet disengage!
First up is Candidate 1, one of the senior members of the batch. His performance will set the bar for the others.
Yung mental attitude, yung positive attitude, dapat nandun lagi. Very confident naman po. Okay.
Get together! Look to the horizon. Okay, ready? No tap, no go. Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
The white flag represents looking up and seeing the parachute open.
Treetop level.
Treetop level means he needs to release his straps in time for a water landing.
Hello, Owan. Balik na lang.
Yung nahirapan akong magtanggal ng right strap. Saka lumaan na kasi nung gamit. Na ano siya. Hindi na siya madaling i-release kasi pang training lang yung mga gamit. Pag nangyari po yung ganun sa totoong buhay, may mangyayari hindi maganda sa'yo kasi madili ka na.
And that delay means he runs the risk of getting dragged underwater by his chute and drowning. But when things go wrong, the Force Recon is always ready. Adapting and surviving in every situation is an essential part of their training, especially in the water. To learn how to deal with potential drowning situations, recruits are bound hand and foot and thrown into the sea.
I love you, Force Recon! Go!
Pag once nandun ka sa ilalim at kinapos ka ng hininga mo, talagang mamamatay ka sa ilalim ng dagat.
The fear of drowning can lead to panic, so the men are first taught to relax. Next, they will have to learn to control their breathing and make their way to shore. 10% of the Force Recon recruits who take this test are expected to fail. Back at the Special Ops Camp, the airborne course is in the final stage of their ground training. Next, they need to overcome their toughest challenge yet. When airborne soldiers land in high wind conditions, they risk being dangerously dragged for long distances. They must learn how to get out of potential trouble. To practice, 10 men will drag a recruit along the ground to simulate wind drag. To pass, they need to be able to regain control by standing up.
Ganitong procedure ng pag-recover. Pag hindi, kaya nang makipwel. Kasi matigas na yan, nakakuha na yan ng fully bloom na yung parachute. Ha? Ang gagawin dito, pag habang inihila siya, i-pull up. Dalhin dito. Itong isang pa, itapon dito sa side dito. Pagsabayan, tapos isikat. Pag nasikat na siya, pag nakatayo na, maramdaman mo nang itayo ka na niya, sabay bitaw itong tali.
Ready, go! Hila, hila, hila. Hila, hila, hila. Go, go, go.
They've got just a few meters to force their bodies around. It's female recruit 52's turn. At 5 feet, she is one of the smallest on the course.
Nakakatakot na kasi nakikita ko sa mga unang nag-perform na mahirap talaga. Tapos yung mukha parang hindi na ma-drawing. Talagang mahirap dapat malakas yung lower body mo mag-twist lang para makuha mo yung pag-recover.
Ito, ibend mo to ha. Ibend mo to konti yan. Yan ha. Saka mo ibabit. Body twist ha. Pull up ka muna sa body twist ha.
Ay,
Ito ganyan.
sige to, sige to, sir.
Sige lang.
Bilis mo. 99 lang. Nahinayan nyo lang kasi magasgas.
Ano, prepare?
Ay, sorry.
Ready, ready? Tapos yung braso mo, Joy. Go! Recover! Recover! Up! Balik! 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 Up! Hold! Pull up mo. Pull up. Ano, hila?
Ay, Sergeant.
Sige, sige. Huwag mo munang pulapan. Huwag mo munang pulapan. Dali, tingnan mo ko. Yung pulap mo talaga. Yung pulap mo talaga. Yung hilain mo yan.
52 has one last try to get this right.
Go! Pull up mo! Pull up! Tapo yung pa! Go! Go!
Mapagod lang mag-pull up kasi sa force ng naghihila sa akin masyadong papersa tapos hindi ko makontrol yung persa nila. Tumatiming pa ako, ma'am.
Now, the rest of the men have to prove they can do it too. With all the ground techniques conquered, it's time to take things higher up. Phase 2 moves to this training tower, a massive 60 feet in the air. They call it the Tower of Hell. The Philippine Force Recon is an elite unit that specializes in land, sea, and airborne special operations. Part of what makes them so effective is their expertise in the close-quarter combat method, Pakiti Tertia Kali. This Filipino martial art arms the users with a complete strategy to destroy the enemy at close range.
Every time na pag nag-strike sa hindi. Pag tras mo dito is susot siya dito and then mag-lock. Lock siya. Lock. So yan yung purpose na paano masama disarm. At the same time, pwede mo sangkuanan dito. So yun yung lock blade to blade hand guard. And then ito naman sa full guard, yung bawang tumaga siya dito sa kamay ko, pag tumaga siya, ibig sabihin ito siya pwede siyang guard. So kaya may full guard siya. At the same time, laglag mo siya dito, kuha siya dito, lock. So kung sa practical, hawakan mo lang yung dito niya, at the same time, taga siya dito. So disarm na siya.
This ancient system of fighting can be traced back to the 1500s. Its elaborate movements were created so they could practice the art in front of their Spanish colonial rulers without causing suspicion. Looking more like a dance than a martial art. Today, these moves are used against a different adversary.
Naisip ko nito, ma'am, dahil kasi nung that time remaining year na since of 1990, marami na pupugutan na Marines, ng mga kabrother na kabaro ko. So, nag-isip ako kung paano gawin na pang-counter doon sa mga bulo na pinapuputol ng mga kalaban na Abu Sayyaf.
The practice focuses on the proper use of the Philippine bolo, a long, heavy, single-edged machete. Each thrust is meant to kill.
Sa 24 hours na bar fight, hindi ka maubusan ng bala. Usually, pag naubusan kami ng bala, next in line namin na nagdidepend, ang option namin is yung bulo. Dahil ang kalaban, magagaling din sa paghawak ng bulo. Scenario natin ngayon, ito yung buhay. Pag nilagyan mo siya ng extension na bulo, ito pa yung haba ng buhay mo. So ito yung natawag namin na karugtong ng buhay. Bulo is my life.
Close-quarter combat is a vital part of recon operations, especially in the southern islands of Mindanao, which has been plagued by Islamic insurgency and terrorism for decades. Thousands of well-armed fighters continue a campaign of guerrilla warfare against the state.
Because the current trend is what we foresee in future wars is not wars between countries anymore, but wars between proxies of these countries. And usually these are insurgents or terrorists. And what you need are elite, highly trained soldiers who can conduct surgical operations in whatever place they're deployed.
The Force Recon Battalion was called into action when it was assigned to conflict-ridden Mindanao in 2000. Their mission, to neutralize the forward defenses of Camp Abubakar to clear the way for the rest of the Marine battalions to move in. Master Sergeant Luis Marmol was part of that operation.
So, ang mission namin doon, makuha namin yung detachment sa harapan. Kasi yun yung paanan going to Abubakar. So, dapat makuha yung isang detachment doon bago po-forward ka sa taas. Then, ang position, galing kami from down, going to up. So, nasa up sila. So, kahit outnumber nga kami. So, tinugunan lang namin yung mission na binigay sa amin.
Using classified tactical maneuvers, they reached their objective. But 3 of his comrades died in battle. For the 90 men and women hoping to join the prestigious ranks of the Force Recon, They're now entering phase 2 of their airborne course. Here, they must face the dreaded Tower of Hell, where they will be tested on exiting and malfunction drills, while speeding down a zip line over 100 meters.
Baba lang yan. Bigyan nyo na lahat yung ano nyo dyan. Mga karapat-dapat para ma-check out kayo.
It's the first time they will find out if they really have what it takes to be airborne. One small step into thin air takes a huge amount of courage. If vertigo kicks in, they will fail the course.
Instruction doon sa taas. Yung riser nasa likod dyan. Huwag kayong papayag na yung riser nasa harapan nyo. Dahil pagtalon nyo, tatama yan sa mukha nyo.
The feeling, halos lahat kami na-excite actually. Kasi ito yung masasabi naming last phase ng training namin before the final jump.
Spring up, out, and count 1 to 4. Grab your reserve, tuck in your head, feet together. Check your malfunction.
Bukas mo sabi sa dyan! Yan. Go!
The instructors are looking for 100% confidence when exiting the aircraft, because hesitation could lead to an uncontrollable spin and possible death. This is the moment of truth for Candidate 1.
Normal lang naman yung kaba, pero dapat huwag isipin para makapag-perform na maayos. One, sir. Stand on the door.
Ano lawan sa dyan? Stand by! Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, up!
Marami siyang deficiency. Pushing sa tower, delay and tuck-in, overhead, pass counting. Pag jump niya, yung reserve niya, mali ang pag-grabs.
Most common sa first day kasi nakikita natin yung weak exit at saka yung grabbing of reserve. So hindi nila masyadong nape-perform yun kasi kinakabahan sila. Gagawin natin itong 1 week para paulit-ulitin natin sila para ma-perfect nila yung jump. Para pagdating ng jump week, okay nila.
Alongside proper techniques, the instructors have come up with their own special remedy to help spur on the nervous recruits.
Ito, sir, yung pampatapang nila. Gagawin natin inumin nila para pampalakas ng loob. Para pagtalon nila doon, malakas yung loob na nila. Bawat balik nila, inom, kain. Sobrang tapang na nila.
Candidate 6 is one of the lucky first to try.
Lagyan muna kita ng lipstick para tumapang ka ng tumapang.
Forward! 1! Maganda yung 2! Stand it down! Libero 6, sir! Go!
Hesitating! No tap, no go, but nag-go ka?
At the end of the zip line, a rope stops the recruits from hitting the trees.
Wala na, hindi nakapagbilang!
Next up is female recruit 22, one of the 7 women trying to make the grade. But she's in trouble. The damp conditions are making it difficult to stop.
Okay?
Natamaan ng lubid ng pagbaba ko. Kaya medyo hindi ako makahinga na. Konting sakpa na. Ito mismo sa may...
Fear is still stopping many from perfecting their exits. They have 7 days to get it right or they miss the jump of their lives and the chance to be part of one of the most elite special ops teams in the country. From airborne operations to sea and jungle warfare, these men of the Force Recon are the first amongst equals. Of the 9,000 Marines today, only 300 have earned the right to wear this badge of honor. But they only get there if they successfully pass some of the toughest training in the Philippine Armed Forces. When forward observers need to be sent far behind enemy lines, the Force Recon Battalion send their 8-man teams. But they don't go alone. They're joined by a deadly team of Marine Scout snipers.
Sinusuportahan din nila yung mga operating units sa putok. Pinuputukan nila yung kalaban na merong kinukuberan nila yung nag-assault.
The Marine Scout snipers are masters of camouflage and marksmanship, living up to their motto, one shot, one kill.
Ang isang sundalo pag marunong bumaril, unang-una makakalis ka sa dami ng bala na ipinuputok. Once na pumutok pa, alam mong may tatamaan ka.
To pass the final stage of sniper training, they must put their own lives on the line. This is the confidence firing test. A mistake in this live fire exercise doesn't just mean failing the course. It could mean instant death for their comrade in arms.
Normal lang yan sa isang tao, may nervous na lang. Pero dapat i-overcome yung nervous na yan.
It's designed to replicate the psychological pressure of a real operation.
Unang-una, mama, siyempre, tiwala ako sa sarili ko na kaya kong barilin yung lobo. Tsaka tiwala din ako dun sa kabady ko na kaya niyang tumayo sa harap. Kasi alam ko yung kakayahan ng kabady ko, alam ng kabady ko yung kakayahan ko. Kaya yung tiwala, nasa amin.
50% of sniper trainees fail this sharpshooting course, either by not making the grade or backing out on this final confidence test. The members of the airborne class are in week 4, the towering phase. This stage is key in perfecting the proper exiting procedure from an aircraft. Each day, the challenge of carrying more gear has been added.
Tinatalian ito para sa quick release. Kung halimbawa may combat jump, ito na yung mga dala-dala niya. I-release niya bago sa mag-land kasi hindi siya maka-perform ng PLA pag hindi niya ito na-release.
Today, the jump has to be made wearing full combat gear, all 15 kilograms, and carrying a weapon.
Ali, ito yung last day ng towering ng mga estudyante. I-start sila, hindi pa masyadong marunong, pero ngayon, perfect na nila yung, halos perfect na nila yung pag-jump dito sa tower. Katapos nito, ma-check out sila lahat. Proceed tayo sa yung actual jump na.
May ka pa rin, pero kaya laban.
Spring up and out! Elbow clip! Head tuck in! Stop! All sergeant! 1,000! 2,000!
Kaya dapat ma-qualify nila yung lahat na rifle o pack na same pa rin yung ginagawa nila doon sa ground, yung proper grabbing of reserve. Ang napansin namin doon sa yung one jump niya kaya, yung elbow sticking out. Dapat ang ng reserve, dapat dito sa gilid. Delikado yon kasi mula sa taas, pababa ka, ang bilis lang, seconds lang yan. Mataas na yung 20 seconds yan, baba ka na. Kaya pasayos namin palagi na pag-exit, hawak ang reserve automatic.
Traveling at over 35 kilometers an hour, there isn't much time to think. Everything has to be done by instinct, or there won't be enough time to pull your reserve and save your life.
Proper ka, grabbing reserve, ha? Oo, Sergeant! Yakyat! O, si Binuan! Hello! Yun naman sa kanya ngayon, kasi rifle siya, yung hindi niya natanggal yung yung kuha ng baril, yung tali. Dapat kasi tanggalin mo yun kasi once nanggalan ka na, delikado sa mga ganun na sa jumpers na ganun, na di matanggal yung tali ng rifle niya. Maaaring ma-injury siya dahil yung baril nga niya nakatali dito. Si Binuan! Hello!
Tayo sa Binuan, Sergeant!
Yung releasing ng baril mo, ha? Dumate ka! Kaya tingin ko naman makuha na sila lahat dito kasi sa tagal naman ng training, magawa nila ito maganda lahat itong mga kuha na ito. Pinapagawa namin.
It is the last day before the jump, and the airborne class is putting in some last-minute practice.
Day by day, mahirap po na yun. Mahirap. Sa awa po ng Diyos na naipasan naman po namin lahat.
Makinig ha, tandaan nyo ha kung anong jumpers kayo. Makinig. Porto, tandaan nyo kung anong jumpers kayo ha. Back lagi yung 5.0 performance. Ano yun? Check body position and count. Check canopy and gain canopy control ha. Ang paa, posisyon na! Yun, ito ba yung bigat ni Paul?
As they contemplate the final hours before their last test, the recruits share some lighter moments. It's key in strengthening the ties of brotherhood amongst Marines.
Itong airborne training ng Marines ay napakahirap. Pero at the end of the day, pagkatapos ng training, so sama-sama kami sa barracks, nakakapag-usap-usap kami. So kahit pa paano, wala yung pagod, yung hirap. So para lang po kami isang pamilya dito na nagkakatuwaan.
Last night, we jumped the night before. We gotta jump tonight as we never jumped before.
Depending on these bonds is how small elite teams overcome enemy forces. It is a matter of life and death. Because behind enemy lines, the only thing they can depend on is each other. The recruits may have conquered their fear of the tower, but things are about to get tougher. All their weeks of training will be put to the test, and this time, if they make the same mistakes, they could pay the ultimate price. In the Philippines, an elite force was formed to counter the nation's communist and Islamist insurgencies. They are the Marine Force Recon Battalion, who are ready to take action at any moment on land, sea, and air. The day they have all been training for has arrived. It is Jump Week. Today, it is fly or fail. The recruits will have to exit from an aircraft at 1,500 feet and land safely a total of 5 times in order to earn their silver wings.
Kung naririnig mo ako, advice ni CD mag-early ng 2 seconds from go pan and sad over.
Roger, Roger.
Okay, Tango Yankee, monitor.
They will be jumping out of a Bell UH-1 helicopter. This aircraft is used to drop troops into remote areas for an assault, taking the enemy by surprise. The drop zone looks like any area of scrubland. But if you're coming at it from 1,500 feet, it's a minefield of potential hazards. Despite 5 weeks of training, their first jump from the aircraft is exposing all of their mistakes.
Nung ako yung pang-fifth jump, sumabit ako sa pang-apat na static line pero naibaway ko agad.
Kasi first jump ko, hindi ako gumawa ng tama. Sinubukan kong itayo yung itong parachute na MC1. Talagang nakakon yung pa ako. Talagang napilayan ako dahil hindi ako gumawa ng tama.
True to being a Marine, they have to be ready for anything, even landing on unexpected terrain.
Sino yung sumabit?
Iwan ko, sir. Di ko alam. May sumabit sa atin, sir. 4 na tayo. Talaga si Tolentino. Ha? Nag-isipit na naman.
Si ano niya, 5-1, nag-anong kasi, gumalulo kaya ako na-late. Kumawak siya sa ano.
Hesitate siya.
Oh, sir.
So nag-hesitate si 5-1 kaya lalo ka na-delay.
Nag-face the wind ako, lalo doon pala sa bubong na ako papunta.
Sige, kasi wala ka ng time na para mag-maneuver pa eh. Ayun, mga ganong landing, hindi na maiwasan yan. But then, piniprepare nga natin yung mga estudyante natin para sa mga ganong senaryo, so mga ganong sitwasyon. Anyway, na-train sila para doon.
Despite the unconventional landing, Recruit 34 passes and moves on to his next jump. But for one recruit, this is his last jump for a long time.
Pagland ko tatas yung pa ako pero pagpilot ko wala na bumigay kagad yung pa ako.
His right leg is broken, and it will be another 2 years before it's strong enough for him to jump again. The rest of the airborne class is getting the hang of it. But there is a problem. Training has been stopped.
Yun naman, hindi naman kasi namin hawak yung talaga schedule ng aircraft. Yun, nag-aantay lang kami ng schedule. Tapos more on mga pep na antayin lang talaga kasi lahat naman hindi nakaka-graduate ng airborne kung hindi ka makakapagtalo ng 5 jump na.
The aircraft has been called away to an operation in Isabela, northern Philippines. The conflict this time coming from the country's 40-year struggle with communist insurgents.
Hindi kasi maiwasan yung magkakaroon ng pag-support. Sa ngayon, continues the basic training of the jumpers and then wait for tomorrow.
With just a jump away from receiving the coveted silver wings, all the recruits can do is wait nervously. Nobody knows if they'll have the chance to pass the course, or if this conflict means all their hard work will be for nothing. It is the final week of the airborne course. After days of waiting, the recruits finally have a chance to complete the 5 jumps to earn their wings.
Okay, next stick. Sino pa hindi naka-first jumper dyan? Oh, pasok dito.
Meron na po, ma'am, na 4 jumps. Yung actually 51 jumpers. Then yung naka 3 jumps pa lang, ma'am, 38.
Just as the first team jump, strong winds halt the training. This weather is the most dangerous time for jumping. And one recruit is missing.
Meron po sila palayo doon sa kanina. Kasama siguro namin gawa ng malakas na talaga yung hangin. Tapos na, di ba rin sila doon? Ang yan na balance masyado yung niya. Namaniobra yung parachute niya kaya lumayo talaga niya ng gusto.
Malakas sa hangin sa taas daming lakas. Tapos magaan pa siya. Wala, papadpadala siya doon sa... Pero okay naman yun. Susunog yung umusok.
The wind has caught Recruit 1. It's a small injury, but with the strong wind, it could have been much worse. Finally, a break in the weather. Recruits 52, 6, and the rest of their group are on their final jump.
Pag natapos na itong pang-5 jump namin, ma'am, makatawag na qualified airborne ka naman talaga. Dito mo na lahat mo apply lahat na natutunan mo from the beginning of this course.
Totoo lang po, natatakot din po ako. Kahit sino naman po siguro matatakot sa kung tatalon ka ng ganon kataas.
Kahit naman tayong tao may kaba pero nalalabanan siya. Tapos yun nga, iwala na talaga sa sarili.
Sa side mo, ma'am, buo yung loob mo, ma'am, kasi tatalon mo.
dating sa taas ma'am, kami na yung hawak ng buhay namin kasi lupa na yung babagsakan namin.
Gagawin ko lahat para matagal yun.
This is the moment they've all been working towards, their 5th and final jump, the one that will finally earn them their silver wings.
Napakasarap sa taas. Although nakakatakot sa una. Woo! Sulit na sulit po. Yung pagod namin sa training, sulit na sulit po.
Ang sarap po. Parang yung sa una nakakatakot yung the moment na you jump. Pero nung naando na, nung naramdaman ko bumuka na yung chute, ang sarap sa pakiramdam, parang di ako gumagalaw. Sarap maging airborne! I love airborne!
After 6 weeks of intense physical and mental training, they have now earned the right to be called airborne.
Right up, no Messia! Airborne! Airborne!
This is Ritual. Welcome to Airborne family.
Dahil marin ka, kahit anong hirap pa tayo. Pag natapos mo siya, napakasaya. Pagkaan sa pagkakataon.
Itong badge ng Marine Corps, simbolo ito ng Philippines, red, blue. Alika, 3-5!
Airborne! Airborne! Airborne!
Masarap kasi subukan mo nang tumulon sa totoong real na aircraft. Para kang anghel na lumulutang sa lapaap.
Last night, we jumped the night before. We gotta jump tonight as we never jumped before. 'Cause when we jump, we're happy as can be. 'Cause we are the member of the Airborne family, the best company.